Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nerds with Friends. My name is Cody Leach, and as always, I'm joined by Cristian Garcia.
What up, you nerdy fucks?
What a Jesus Christ.
Coming out hard.
Coming in hard. Fuck you, monetization, YouTube. We don't want your money.
People curse, right, on YouTube?
Yeah, they get demonetized if it's too early in the beginning. I learned that from watching a lot of YouTube.
Is that how it is? I thought, can we be like rated R? We get one F word and like.
That's rated PG-13. You can say fuck once.
Damn it, Cody! Now we're R.
Well, hopefully, if you're listening to this the day it comes out, we know who our president is. But as of recording this, we still don't know.
264, 211, who cares? I don't know.
No, I think it's actually like 253 or something. Some networks are calling it earlier, but what are you gonna do?
Whatever.
Hopefully it turned out well.
I mean, not whatever. I've been actually fucking stressing about it. Checking like first day, I was checking like every fucking 2 minutes. It is fucking stressful.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely stressful not knowing the future of the country. But here at Nerds with Friends, we're gonna keep podding no matter what, so it'll be fine. Hopefully, unless there's civil war.
We're fine.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
I guess.
Probably. Couple of fun announcements. Make sure you guys, of course, are checking us out at nerdswithfriendspodcast.com. We have our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook information up there, as well as links to our YouTube channel. If you're on YouTube, we appreciate you dropping a like and a subscribe on the video. And hey,
Even a hateful comment. Fuck.
hateful comments are welcome. I turned that. There's a filter on there where you can say, hey, do you want to review potentially offensive comments? I'm like, nah, fuck that. Let them flow.
Yeah. Hell.
Let your hate flow.
Wait. You're letting them go through.
I'm
right?
letting them go through.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's an option on there where they're like, they'll send you like, hey, do you want this comment to be up there? It might be offensive. He did mention Chinaman in it. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. No, I'm just, let that shit go.
Let it go.
I want to see all the hate.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Oh, and in the social media front, we have a fun new announcement. Right, Cristian?
Yes. We have a TikTok. I'm weird. I feel weird saying it that we have a TikTok, but it's there. People have been liking it.
TikToked and ready to rock.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm on there because you do find some golden nuggets in there, like some hilarious stuff. So
yeah, there's some dark talks on there for sure, and those are by far the best ones.
But actually, there's some cryptids and conspiracy theory stuff which I enjoy. Those are fun for me.
That's what I'm talking about. Dark talks. What's our handle on there?
Nerds with Friends podcast.
Easy enough to remember. We'll put a thing up on the website eventually for that too. We hope you guys have enjoyed some of the little clips we've been releasing from our YouTube show. Little easy digestible bits. Those are fun to do as well. And make sure you guys are checking out our free sock giveaway with Nyama 5 Studios, I should say. I put all the information. It's up on our Instagram, Facebook, and we'll put it on this video. So you should hopefully see all the rules. Basically, the long and short of it is we're giving away a free pair of very nice premium San Francisco socks from our friends at Nyama 5 Studios.
It's from San Francisco, so you know they're fancy.
Yeah, exactly. And they're doing basically the company. For every pair of socks you buy, they give away a free pair of socks to homeless shelters, either in San Francisco or around California, which is very cool, especially heading into the winter months. And they have a Kickstarter going right now for national park socks featuring like Yosemite.
I forgot to get mine.
Yeah, you gotta.
I really want to get one.
Gotta support. So check that out. And to win the free pair of socks, all you gotta do is you gotta follow them on Instagram. It's Nyama 5 Studio. Studio no S, just like Nerds with Friend, no S. And leave them a comment and use the hashtag Nerds with Friends. And that way we'll pick a winner at the end of the Kickstarter campaign and send you some free designer socks. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right. Well, let's get down to business. Enough of that. We got so many sponsors now. We have to.
I know.
Yeah. We've changed. We've sold out.
Big time.
Nerds with Friends has sold out. Speaking of which, this is funny for you too, listeners out there. Did you see we got a email from a swimwear company asking if we wanted to partner with them?
What? No. Are you serious?
Yeah, we did.
Email?
Yeah.
And
they were
shit.
Yeah, they were. I looked them up.
They clearly saw how fit we were.
They clearly saw how much we love the outdoors and love going swimming. and I forget the brand. I'm sure you'll find it in a second. But they're like, hey, we're interested in a partnership. I'm like, okay. So I look up their website. It's all women's swimwear. So like bikinis, one pieces, all sorts of things. And they have 2 pairs of men's swim trunks. And I'm like, you guys have 2 pairs. And they're $90.
Actually, I just saw that you recommended 2 of our friend podcasts.
I did.
That's very nice.
I did. I'm like, look, I got to be honest with you. Most of our fans are in Belgium, and they're men.
But they're all fucking sexy as fuck.
Hell yeah,
all of you sexy bitches.
Yeah, and I feel like the 2 pairs of swim trunks that they had for $90 were not.
I don't know, Cody. I think you can really rock this flower one.
I don't know, man. We'll put a picture up on the YouTube, but yeah, I don't know. And they seem like they're the really short kind, like the European style cut. I am not about those. I like a trunk. You know what I mean? I like board shorts. The rare times that I get a chance to go swimming. So I politely declined. And I did recommend 2 of our friend podcasts, both the Book of Lies and the Nerdy Bitches.
Cody, you couldn't just get me the fucking shorts first. Like, I have to send it over.
You could try that promo code they sent to us, see if it works. But unfortunately, you guys will have to make do with Phoenix Fit, Plum Deluxe, and whatever sponsor they decided to put in front of us.
You know what? Episode. I'm going to email them, and if they bring it, I'll fucking wear it. I'll fucking wear it on here.
Jesus Christ.
Just the shorts.
Just the shorts. We'll do like a summer episode in December.
Yeah, fuck it.
Alrighty, well, let's get down to business and do some nerdy confessions where we confess the things that make us nerds. I will go first this time, Christian, because
sure.
I have a fun nerdy confession. I finally got the shipping confirmation for my PlayStation 5, and I'm fucking juiced.
I've seen a couple people on Twitter talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you guys, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting one. I just don't know when.
I talked to Antonio. He also got that email. So as long as you're getting one of the ones from Amazon, he's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then I am really happy for you guys now.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully they don't steal my package off of my front porch.
Dude, people should get shot for that shit.
Yeah, especially the PlayStation 5. That is a capital punishment. I really am super juiced. I'm excited. I think the first game,
Bug Snacks, is coming free on PlayStation Plus. I'm super juiced for that one. I'm also going to get Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and of course the new Destiny expansion, which comes out actually the day this podcast drops. So, that one the Assassin's Creed? That's day of.
I believe it's day of or like the Tuesday before.
So not doing Call of Duty, huh?
1980s. I mean,
Reagan.
I guess I'd love to murder Reagan because he has fucked our generation. Yeah. That's why I can't buy a house. But I'd like to do Call of Duty. I'm down to play Call of Duty as long as I have people to play it with. And I feel like every time I buy a Call of Duty game on the behest of one of my friends, they play like 2 games with me, and then I'm stuck playing with fucking 8-year-olds in Taiwan for the rest of the time.
I don't go on and play multiplayer too much, but you know what? I actually like playing the missions. They're fun. So I like playing that part, so.
Yeah, I like the...
well, the last one had Chris Hemsworth in it. That was dope.
Man, I don't even know if I got to that part yet. Well, another game to finish, I guess.
There you go.
But yeah, the story modes are fun. But it is really fun when you get like a team of dudes and, you play some deathmatch or ground war or even the new, what's it called? Battle Royale, Warzone mode on there. That stuff's really fun, but it sucks by yourself,
I personally like the zombie ones, but I think that's, I forgot the company that, because there's 2 companies that does Call of Duty,
That's
right?
this new one coming out. It's going to be zombies. Yeah, so, Infinity Ward is the one without zombies, which was the last one that had Warzone, and Treyarch, I believe, is the one with zombies, which will be Cold War. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah,
Call of Duty Cold War. Yeah, so I think that's going to be really cool. Couple bummer things, and maybe some tips for you guys if you guys are getting your PlayStation 5s this week or next week or whenever
they're available. A couple things to remember. If you want to try to get the 120 frames a second at 4K, you're going to need first a faster HDMI cable that's 48 gigabits a second or faster, and you need a TV with HDMI 2.1. So if your TV is like 3, 4, 5 years old, probably doesn't have it. It's still going to look awesome. It just won't be quite as smooth. And make sure you guys upgrade your cables to something very quick.
Not gonna lie, I was half listening to that part, but I need a better cable. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you need a better cable. Your TV's, you bought it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, your TV should, I think, have HDMI 2.2. I'm pretty sure, but you generally do need a faster cable to get the full PS5 experience, which, of course, I can help you out with. And another thing, too, is I read, depending on your headset, sometimes you need an upgraded headset, too. Depending on how it hooks into your PlayStation. I needed to buy a little adapter piece because I have the Astro A40s, which use a fiber optical cable, and the new PlayStation 5 does not have that. It only has HDMI. Yeah.
It doesn't have the optical cable?
Nope, it doesn't have the optical cable. It only has HDMI, so you got to get this little box that you plug HDMI into, and then the box.
I just got my new A50s.
Did you? I'll show you the piece too, so you can buy that.
Jesus,
they're like $20 on Amazon. It's not too bad.
Sony is taking too many fucking hints from Apple and just changing up these fucking adapters.
Yeah,
to get us with more money.
Yeah, I know it's rough. So those are a couple things to think about when you're, in line waiting to pick up your PlayStation 5. Of course, you want the games, of course, but headset. Make sure your headset works, and good HDMI cable will help out quite a bit. I need to clean some room next to my TV. This thing's gonna be a thick boy.
I mean, I'm wondering how tall it's gonna be. Like they haven't really given put something else next
really
to it
good
for
dimensions.
reference.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it looks, at least it shoots like it's gonna be huge.
I think it's gonna be very wide, especially because I got the disc version. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get a 4K Blu-ray too. That's another fun thing to get because there's a 4K Blu-ray player. But yeah, super juice for that. Hope you guys got your PlayStation 5 as well. If not, I'm hearing rumblings that maybe Black Friday, some retailers are going to restock as well. So get those. Cristian, what's your nerdy confession?
So I've been, obviously love horror movies, been on a horror movie trend.
Love movies about horrors.
Yes, horrors. The horrors, as Danny DeVito would say. So I just watched Apostle on Netflix. It was cool. It was original.
Apostle. I don't know what apostle is.
I don't know. Something to do with church, right? I don't know. Whoever religious people.
I know what apostle is.
A pothole?
Apostle.
Oh, okay.
With no T in it. Does it have a T in it?
Yes.
I don't know what that is then.
I don't want to give anything away because I do want people to watch it. It's one of the more original ones I've seen. I'd say it's not too horror. It's horror light, so maybe you could watch it, Cody, because I know you're not too big into horror.
That's not entirely true. I do like horror movies. I just don't like schlock. I don't like...
Name a schlock.
We're going to talk in depth about one later in this episode when we do good movie, bad movie. But I don't like movies that look like cheap and cheesy and stuff like that.
Because you liked Hereditary.
I loved Hereditary. I love The Witch. I love Midsummer's not really that's a creepy movie more than a horror movie. I liked The Conjuring. I liked
The Conjuring was bad though.
From Hell. No, The Conjuring was good. It was really
From
good.
Hell was really good.
From Hell is good. Yeah. Those are the ones that kind of stand out to me. Event Horizon is also really good. Yeah.
So with this one, I think it'll go 50-50 with a lot of people. Actually, on IMDb, it got 6.3 out of 10. I'm looking at it right now. But I really enjoyed it because it was original. I don't think there's enough people trying to do original ideas or just kind of rehash a bunch of stuff rather than do remakes. And I didn't know a lot of the actors except for Michael Sheen. He was the werewolf.
I like a Michael Sheen.
In, in Underworld. He was cool in it.
He's good. He's a good actor.
Check it out. I liked it.
I was thinking of Michael Shannon. Michael Sheen's good too, though.
Yeah.
Michael Shannon's really good.
He's
Zod.
Oh, that's right. The new Zod. Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, check it out. I liked it. Tell me what you think. You like it? Hate it?
Where was it on Netflix?
Netflix. Yep.
Apostle.
It's 2 years old. I didn't even hear about it till recently.
Have you seen Bone Tomahawk?
No.
You should watch that one.
Bone Tomahawk? Okay.
Yeah, you like horror movies, and it's with Kurt Russell. And so it's
really?
It's a Western horror movie.
What year?
I want to say like 2016, 2017.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm down.
Ooh, did I just school Cristian
Yeah, you did.
on a horror movie? I remember this.
To be fair, there's a lot of horror. There's
so many horrors. I know that movie because I had heard about it on a movie podcast that I used to listen to, and the guy on it just ranted rave. He's like, dude, you got to watch this movie. I'm like, okay, well, and he was, we had similar tastes most of the time. And so I'm like, hey, Dad, you want to watch this movie? It's a Western.
and that's how you sold it to him.
And he's like, yeah, sure, let's watch it. And then you'll see once you watch it, like halfway through, it gets fucking nuts.
Okay. How about that'll be my assignment for the next one, for the next good movie.
Okay. Yeah. That is, I'd say it wasn't a cinematic masterpiece like some of the ones I've been giving you, but it was, I think, a well-made movie that I think is down your alley. So I think you'll enjoy it.
All right, I'm down.
But yeah, it was. It's funny. Another movie kind of like that. From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes.
Obviously, right? Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino, starring George Clooney, of course, and Harvey Keitel.
That movie was so amazing. I loved it. Like the first time I
Salma
saw
Hayek.
it. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was the one bad part of that movie. Like, really?
What?
She's gone so soon?
Oh, I was like, that's the best part of that movie.
No. That she had very little screen time.
Very, very small part for her. But, yeah, that was great. And fucking Quentin Tarantino was such a creep. He
took advantage of the
like,
full foot fetish.
So now you're going to put your foot in my mouth.
It's like, that's not in the script
and then,
at all.
We're ad-libbing this one, okay? And then you're going to pour tequila down your leg
like,
into my mouth.
How does this progress?
I don't know, Quentin. How does this... Would my character do this? He's like, yes, of course it will.
Yeah,
what a creeper. But he's also a master director.
Yeah, no,
he didn't direct that one. He produced it. He
produced it.
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez, I think, directed.
But he was just, hey, dude, like, I'll be in it, but let me get some foot action.
Let me put Salma's feet in my mouth.
Just right in the mouth.
Right in my mouth.
It's like, you didn't write that in? I told you to write that in.
Come on, Robert. I told you I'd produce this movie. I had one request. The funny story about that movie is when I was younger and that movie was, on, Stars or whatever, when it had just come to video, I had started that movie several times, and at some point, I would get pulled away for dinner or homework or something like that.
So you never knew it was a vampire movie.
I did not know it was a vampire movie until I started watching it one time. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to finish this movie, find out if these bank robbers get away with it.
You're like, whoa.
Whoa, what the fuck? It got nuts really fast. Yeah. And I love that. I love a movie that starts as something different and then gets really crazy.
Yeah. I loved Sex Machine. He was so cool.
Sex Machine. Tom
Savini, an amazing, the guy he's like credited for making zombies what they are today. Amazing special effects. I almost got him on. I messaged him.
Yeah, I know. We're working on it.
I'm still working on it. It's been like a year, but
I know COVID screwed up a lot of good things we had working. Like we had him. We had the guy from Predator.
Yeah,
we were working on, and then well, whatever. It's depressing to think about some of the cool people. We never got Bobby Lee on.
No, that wasn't COVID. That's just because he's
shit at texting. All right. Well, that ends it for Nerdy Confession. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with some more good movie, bad movie. We'll be right back. And we're back. I think on the last episode, they actually put in ads.
Oh, nice.
So
it was weird. Cool. I didn't know they made fleshlights that small.
What?
The ad.
The ad.
I don't know.
Like a pocket fleshlight?
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking about that. Now that I said it, now if someone fucking takes my idea, I'm going to be fucking pissed. I said it here first. I was like, dude, someone should make like a fleshlight that's like like right at the size of the average penis, or a little bit smaller. That way, when they're using it, the dude feels like he's huge. Just saying.
So you're saying like a child-sized fleshlight?
That came out of your fucking mouth. That's not what I said. I said an average adult.
You're saying a smaller, compact fleshlight.
That's safer. I'm okay with that one.
Just a discreet way to jerk it for the not so well endowed man.
So they feel like, oh yeah, I am huge or whatever.
Ooh, I'm hitting the back.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
I'm sure they have those somewhere. It's just on the dark web. Okay, cool. So we did another round of good movie, bad movie. You guys seem to enjoy that. And this, I don't even remember what movie you watched. Dune.
You asked me to watch Dune.
That's right.
Which is interesting because it's not really good movie, bad movie. It's kind of like...
It's an okay movie. I mean, the cinematography is amazing. And,
I'll get into it.
And it came out in like, what, 1982? 1984. So for that time...
84.
84.
Oh, shit. Good. Lucky guess.
Yeah. It was a pretty advanced thing. I mean, I'd say the visual effects... on some of it was very good, some of it not so good, but we'll get more into that later. So I feel like most of the time I go first. So why don't you go first this time? Tell us a little bit about how you enjoyed Dune.
I was very confused because there was a lot of sexy men, a lot of beautiful people.
Ooh, you talking about Sting?
Yeah, with his fucking zero fucking body fat, like. Sir Patrick Stewart looking sexy as fuck, even with like just a little bit of hair in the back.
Yeah, he still had like the donut or whatever in that one.
Yeah, and the main character, I always forget his name.
The guy from Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Even him with
the mayor from Portlandia.
Yeah, with his baby face and like later on his piercing blue eyes.
Paul Atreides.
Yeah. Okay, so when I was watching it, I was surprised it was a David Lynch film.
Yeah,
very surprised. That dude is definitely someone who like definitely pulled on his white card to further his career. I don't think he's that great. Like I was thinking, he's like, I know David Lynch the name, but like name something amazing that he's done. Twin Peaks,
yeah. I mean,
Eraserhead.
Yeah, Eraserhead is good. He also did.
Have you seen it?
No.
Let's see.
But I have seen Twin Peaks, and as weird as it was. I think it's a very well directed movie, or show, I should say.
He was offered The Last Jedi.
Really?
David Lynch. Can you imagine if he fucking did it?
Oh my God. That would have been a even more polarizing movie if you can possibly think of that.
That motherfucker turned it down. He told George Lucas, like, no, that's your thing. It's not really my thing. He turned it down. That's fucking crazy.
That is pretty nuts. Can you imagine a David Lynch?
Star Wars?
Yeah.
It would have been all about the fucking the Sarlacc thing or whatever, the pit. I don't know. He would have made it all fucking weird.
Yeah, he would have made it really weird. Lots of weird shots. He also did what was the one I was thinking of? He did one of the
exactly.
The Aliens movie, didn't he? Mm-mm. Oh no, that was Fincher.
Yep.
David Fincher. Mulholland Drive was really fucking weird. I remember I watched that one with my mom, and we're like, what the fuck was that movie?
Prove me wrong. Keep going.
Yeah, I think I was thinking of David Fincher, who I really like.
I think everything...
He did a documentary short called David Lynch Cooks Quinoa.
Yeah. He also did another one about his own movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, it seems like. And he did something with Moby, so that's kind of nice.
He did something for PlayStation in 2000.
Yeah. Ooh, David Lynch's Comic-Con message. Yeah, you're right. I was definitely thinking of David Fincher. I mean,
so
Blue Velvet was all right. I remember that one.
So there was a lot of great, like, I'm not close though to the one you just made me watch, Blade Runner.
Sure.
But there was some shots that seemed almost close to it, that it was like, for the time, it was really great, although Blade Runner still fucking holds up to me. But then there was some stuff that was really bad, like the armor that they had when Sir Patrick Stewart and Peter are fighting, and they have these cubed fucking armor that looked so stupid. It's like, why did you even add that? It did not add. They didn't even use it later in the film. Like, it did nothing to the movie whatsoever.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, I think it played a larger part in the book because I think him and Sting have like a fight in it or something. And obviously, that's a really hard, special effect to do at that time because you're tracking like a shot that distorts the image so it's clear, but you can still see the person through it. I watch a lot of this Corridor Crew show on YouTube, which is all about how special effects are made and stuff.
It was bad.
It was bad. But at the time, it was a revolutionary piece of film.
I'm trying to
piece
think
of CG.
what 84. I'm sure there was better 84 movies with better CG. Well, anyway, so I think a lot of the movie that made it great was besides David Lynch, like a lot of the set design was amazing. A lot of the scenery outside was amazing, and when I was doing research about it.
Yeah, David Fincher, man, he's got some good shit. Seven, that was a good one, and then he did Alien 3, which not terrible.
I loved Alien 3.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as 1 or 2, but I don't think it was as bad as a lot of people say. Did a lot of music videos, which is interesting, and then he did that Zodiac, which was really good. Social Network, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. He did a little bit of House of Cards, Gone Girl, Mindhunter. Man, he's good. That's who I was thinking of.
But yeah, a lot of the people that were attached to the original Aliens were actually attached to this. Mm-hmm. So I think it was a lot of the special effects artists that made this movie at least good in terms of the set design and how it looked. But I mean, what the hell is that noise?
It sounds like
an alarm.
Car alarm or something.
Oh, shit. Anyway.
Doesn't sound like my car alarm, so I don't give a fuck.
It's fine. So, I mean, it was I enjoyed it. I did do research on the book, so I was better equipped to understand the story a little bit more. I'm definitely going to read the book.
Here's some popular 1984 sci-fi movies. Last Starfighter. That was a good one. Love that one. 2010, The Year We Make Contact, which was the not as good version of 2001.
Terminator.
Starman.
Terminator's on there.
Terminator. That was a good one. Buckaroo Banzai.
Night of the Comet. Fucking great horror movie.
Jesus Christ. Supergirl. Ice Pirates. Ooh, Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. Yeah, so there's some, I mean, definitely good, good.
Toxic Avenger. How dare you? Don't skip that.
I hate it. Definitely some quality special effects, but I think a lot of it is because of how that shot is, because it's covering up their bodies. Yeah. But yeah, the new one looks cool.
Those suits they were wearing are actually body bags.
Yeah.
So they were body bags.
That's dope.
They were used. There was actual dead bodies that have been used. No one told the actors until after shooting.
Oh, gross.
Yes.
They
were cool looking though.
They were cool. Yeah.
They were really fucking cool looking.
What do they? I forget what they call those in the book.
There were desert suits, so it would take.
All your sweat and pee
and scat.
Yeah.
And would.
They never really. I don't know if they ever really specified that, but I guess they could.
I definitely heard it.
What happens to the rest of it?
I wanted to know that.
Yeah.
Where did it go?
Where does the poop go?
Because the little puffy parts is where they kept the water.
Yeah. That makes sense. They're like each little segment is a separate little canteen, basically.
So what I will say, I did enjoy the movie. It's not. I mean, it wasn't a great movie. It is definitely enjoyable. But he did a bad job of like, where are you trying to go with this film? Like, it's just kind of like, okay, we're just going to shoot this next. Like, not a lot of it seemed to flow or make sense of why they were connecting things other than they wanted the spice.
The spice must flow, Cristian.
Yeah.
Well, have you read the book yet?
Not yet. I'm going to.
So if you read the book Dune, Frank Herbert, who's the author, he's really good at creating an interesting lore and world and, universe, right? Like the spice melange and the Harkonnens and the Atreides, and then how like basically spice there's people out there who they're basically infused with spice like in utero kind of thing, and then they come out and they can like teleport people faster than light with their brains because of the spice. Like there's weird interesting stuff. The Bene Gesserit, which are the basically Jedi, they actually inspired a lot of what George Lucas based the Jedi off of.
Are you talking about the
witches?
The witches, okay.
Yeah, the Bene Gesserit.
Which it seems like the only thing they can really do is speak inside someone's mind.
Yeah, they have like weird, like hard to define psychic powers.
Also, that was another thing that was really
weirding way. And they have like a cool fighting style, which never really happens.
really fucking annoying was how each character had to narrate what they were thinking.
Yes.
It was really fucking annoying and bad. It's like, dude, I get it. I fucking get it.
My name is a killing word.
Yeah, it was so fucking weird.
You know,
it was weird. Like,
so here,
they had a box that was a weapon, but you had to use your voice or words to like vibrate, and that would destroy something.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, and like in one of the last battle scenes, like when they're all shooting, they're all like humping into the air. Yeah, and like.
So you want to hear something really funny? That was not in the book at all.
At all?
No, that's totally made up by David Lynch.
Jesus Christ.
It's so funny.
And like
sandworms, though, how'd you like the sandworms?
No, the sandworms were dope, and how they looked to scale was great. That was amazing for the time. Even when they were moving under the sand, that was great.
Yeah.
A lot. There was a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the over-the-top villain that could float for whatever reason.
Yeah, the Baron.
Yeah.
Like, he's all like pussy and stuff.
Yeah, and they're all like, "You're so beautiful," when they're draining the fucking pus out of him. It was gross. That poor gay servant, like that he was lusting over and then murdered him for no reason.
Yep.
Like, at all.
Just murdered him. Because the Harkonnens are crazy, bro.
And then he wanted to bang his nephew Sting. Like,
yeah, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I get it.
Jesus, look at him. That was like prime Sting.
Yeah. You know what I love? I was reading, Sir Patrick Stewart didn't know who Sting was. He just thought he was another actor.
Yeah.
And he was talking to him. He's like, he's like, my name is Sting. He's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. He's like, I'm in a band. He's like, oh, yeah, what's the name? He's like, oh, The Police. He's like, oh, Sir Patrick Stewart thought he was a police officer who was in a band. He didn't know that he was fucking famous. He had no idea who he was at all.
Yeah. I can't really picture Patrick Stewart just as like, sending out an SOS, sending out. Yeah.
I just love, like, that's how amazing Sir Patrick Stewart is. Even if I was like a famous rocker and he didn't have no idea, I still love the fucking guy.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Also, he saves the pug at the end.
That was the best.
The best scene.
Running, shooting with the pug.
Yeah. He's just got like a fucking M16 and a pug in the other hand.
Honestly, maybe that's what saved was the pugs in the movie. I was like, all right, there's dogs.
Also not in the book. That was a choice.
Just bring out the pugs?
Yeah.
What about the floating potato alien?
What's the best animal that people would bring with them in space? Pugs.
For sure.
Obviously. You're talking about the floating alien in the little tank?
Yeah.
So those are people who basically were injected with so much spice that they can actually that they're able to make faster than light travel happen.
Is that what they look like in the book?
I mean, yeah, they barely describe them in the book, but I think they're described more in later books.
Okay.
But yeah, they're supposed to be gross. I think they're called like navigators or something like that. That's why the spice is so important, because it allows them to travel from planet to planet. And
Well, yeah, so like most of the movie like was a big setup of like how the main character is super important. They spent so much time in the beginning just establishing that. And then when it got to the good stuff that would put, fucking cheeks to seats to sell, was all the battle scenes at the end were super short.
Yeah.
And like him training them and showing them was super short. And like he was supposed to be like a master at strategy and like fighting, and like he literally, all he had to do was just send in the worms to destroy everything. He didn't even have to use humans at all.
It's like, why don't we use these giant worms?
Yeah,
that does make sense.
And like they're riding on top of the worms and they're just shooting down. Like, have the worms eat the people.
Yeah.
Or run them over. Why are you shooting at them? Yeah. Why are you even exposing yourself?
Why have the sound guns?
Yeah. I don't understand.
The worms hate sound.
I didn't get too much of why his little sister was so important. She was adorable.
Yeah.
She was adorable, but she was also a ginger. I'm like, oh, is she evil? Because all the ginger people are evil.
She sounds really evil because she uses the voice kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very strange.
I hope in the new movie they just continue the trend of the gingers are evil. I hope that stays.
Yeah, I think that they showed. I don't remember who they got. I think what's his name? The guy who played. I can't even think of his name right now. From Guardians of the Galaxy, big guy, Batista.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
that's his name. What's his
also
first name?
Blade Runner, 2049.
That's true. Dave Batista. He plays one of the Harkonnen guys. I think. I don't know which one.
Are they making him ginger?
No, he's like bald and his face is kind of thing.
Just give him ginger hair.
That guy is too muscular for hair. All right. So overall score out of 10, what'd you think?
The pugs and Sir Patrick Stewart helped a lot. I'll give it like a 6.
Okay. We'll see if maybe the new one is better.
The story sounds cool from the books. I'm really interested in the books.
Yeah. The book, here's what I'll say about, I don't think I ever finished my thought. I think he's really good at creating that universe, but I don't think he's a very good storyteller. I think that, we think about authors like Stephen King, Brandon Sanderson, Patrick Rothfuss. They're excellent storytellers where when you're reading it, it plays out like a movie and a very interesting movie. I think one thing that Frank Herbert does poorly is, connecting the dots from this happens and this happens and this happens. He'll spend like 40 pages doing an internal monologue of how Paul is like experiencing this mind-altering like vision of the future and how he's a god amongst men now. And then when there's, the final battle with the Harkonnen guy is like 2 pages long. It's like, oh, there was no chance I just beat him. And it was like, what, so he's not a very good storyteller. He's a good world builder, and he is good at like very intricate descriptive passages. But like, I would not be, I'm interested to know the story of Dune, and like because there's many subsequent books. I think there's 3 or 4. And then his son is writing like a new trilogy or something like that.
Interesting.
I'm interested to learn about the, about the expanded Duneverse. Ooh,
Duneverse.
Man, if they don't copyright that, they're fucking dumb. But I'm excited to learn about that. But I also don't want to read more of his books. So it's kind of That's my major take on it.
From what I've read, he was staring at sand and watching the wind blow, and that's how he
on acid.
Shrooms.
Oh, shrooms. Makes sense. Oh, fun fact: all drugs are now decriminalized in Oregon.
Nice. Are you fucking around? Or are you...
No, that's true. That passed.
That's genius.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
So like
less people in jail.
Small amounts of like they listed crack, cocaine, heroin, mushrooms, pots, obviously, just free for all up there.
No more drug dealers.
I think
less people in jail.
I think if you get caught with it, I think it's like $100 fine.
Also, it's not legal.
Well, it's not like it's legal. It's decriminalized. You're not going to jail for it.
Oh.
But it's like a citation. So it's like a parking ticket. And then it's either $100 fine or like the option to go to a substance abuse like consultation.
And then you don't pay the fine?
I don't know how it works. I haven't didn't iron out all the details, but that's what I was reading on. So kind of cool. So let's go up to Oregon, smoke crack. The movie you had me watch.
This I picked for our Irish listeners.
Yeah, for all of our listeners out in Dublin, Ireland.
In the dubs.
Dublin, Ireland. I watched Leprechaun. Was it 1984 too?
No,
it was 1990.
Like 91, I think.
91. Leprechaun, the
93
horror. Oh yeah, 93. I remember that actually. The horror comedy movie starring Warwick Davis of Star Wars and Willow fame.
I love Warwick Davis.
I do too. I really enjoy him. And then a very young, a very attractive Jennifer Aniston.
Her first movie.
Yeah. And here's what I'll say about the Leprechaun. I mean, what can you say, Cristian? But here's a funny thing too. Here's the poster of it. Does that look like Jennifer Aniston?
No,
not at all.
It looks like a bad like PlayStation 1 video game title.
Exactly. But the gist of it is a guy named O'Grady, real original, goes to Ireland, finds the leprechaun, steals his gold, but the leprechaun is pissed off, so he follows him back, murders his wife, and luckily O'Grady was able to stop him for a while. But 10 years later, some new people move into his house.
How did he stop him? That was one of my favorite parts.
Oh, first of all, he shoots him a bunch.
He shoots him a bunch, and I love that his line was, "Your bullets can't stop me forever."
Yeah, it's just like, well, they seem to work okay. Then he picks him up like a bag of potatoes.
Yep.
Chucks him in a box.
A little bag of potatoes.
Yes, baby potatoes. Potatoes, Irish love potatoes. And he puts a 4-leaf clover on top of the box, which weakens him and zaps his power.
Yep.
10 years later, Jennifer Anniston and her dad move into the house.
Who they're rich, but you don't know how. But they just are.
If they're rich, why did they buy that shithole house?
He was an investor.
God damn it. Basically, I wrote down a couple funny lines. When they're driving to it, Jennifer Aniston says, I can't believe we're leaving LA. I want to go back so bad, and she's like, I don't want to go to freaking New Mexico or whatever. And he's like, it's not New Mexico, it's North Dakota. She's like, I don't care, it's not LA.
Yeah.
Those are two very different states.
She's not wrong. It's not L.A.
She's right about that, I suppose. And then, as they're kind of fixing up this house, which apparently O'Grady left with all of his shit in it.
Yeah.
Including food in the cupboards, which is still in there, for 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
He had a heart attack. What's he going to do? He's not going to clean up before he leaves.
Is that what he did? He had a heart attack?
He had a heart attack.
I don't even remember. I know he ended up in like old folks' home. And so, obviously, when they're cleaning up the house, they meet some local boys, including a very hot guy with no sleeves, and then like kind of a dumb lumpy guy who I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. I don't remember the actor's name, and a young kid who I've also seen in a bunch of stuff.
It's Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh yeah. And they're like painting the house and helping clean it up. And they're painting the house bright red.
Yeah.
In bright blue.
Yeah.
Like,
it's the 90s, bro.
Dude, it looks so bad. They're painting. I'm like, oh God.
What was it called? I think their truck was 3 Guys That Paint. Something like that.
Is that what their business name was?
I believe it was like 3 Guys That Paint.
And then at one point, and like Jennifer Aniston wants that guy's dick so bad.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
Because he wasn't interested in her. He was just like, oh.
He's just like, oh, hey, what's up?
You're a city girl. You don't like it here?
Up your house.
You guys are scared of everything. And she's like, oh, well, now I'm not afraid of everything.
No, from moment one, she saw him and he's like all muscular and sweaty, and she's like, ooh, I'm gonna fucking ride that pony.
Yeah, I guess.
And so like her dad's like, you know what? It's fine. I know you hate this house. We'll move. She's like, no, Dad, come on. The house is fine. We'll stay here. She
wanted to prove that she wasn't weak.
Put the stuff back in the house. Come on, I'm gonna try to suck that guy's dick. and so yeah, they ended up staying, and of course, eventually the dumb guy swipes the 4-leaf clover unknowingly off of this giant crate and thing, and the leprechaun jumps out. And then him and the small child eventually find the gold. And
because they see the
rainbow,
and they
follow the rainbow. Oh God! Also, so the thing about the leprechaun, that the makeup effects look terrible.
Oh yeah!
Like, why did he even have to look like that? Like, I don't understand. And then
he was in a box for a long time.
It doesn't matter. He just looks so gross. Also, his whole deal is like he was a shoemaker in a previous thing. So if you drop shoes in front of him, he has to clean them.
He has to clean them.
That's like one of his little weaknesses. Also bullets. Also bullets.
Temporarily.
And he has like not very well defined magical powers as well. And he can kind of, do his slow waddle towards you, but always catches up.
Well, that's one thing I loved is like when Warwick Davis had to move, whether he was in a toy car that he made whatever go really fast or he was running, they always sped it up and it looked really fucking weird and fucked up. Yeah,
they just did the thing where they just they fast forward, which makes the frame rate look really weird, and everything else around it move quickly as well, and it just looks terrible. But anyway, yeah, the dumb guy and the kid find some gold in this old rusted out truck for no reason. And the dumb guy's like, oh, I know how to tell if it's real. You bite it like in the movies.
He wasn't wrong. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. But he bites it, puts the whole thing in his mouth, and swallows it.
Yes.
Like Jesus Christ. You know, like
we've established that he's not a smart guy.
Like all the way in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Even in the movies, they're always like that. You know.
Yeah, but you know, he was a smart guy.
Anyway, and then so then the leprechaun's out, and he's like, you know, he always does like creepy little children's songs and stuff like that, or makes like weird pet sounds, like he's like stroking Anniston's legs at one point, and she's like, "Stop it, Todd," or whatever the guy's name was. Yeah, then she sees him walk by. She's like, "Oh my God, someone was caressing my legs. I thought it was you." He's like, "And you didn't stop?" And he's like, "Yeah, obviously not, Todd. It's not the point."
Nathan.
Doesn't matter. Should have been Todd. Anyway, eventually they hear this cat sound, like meow, and so her dad. Like, he's like, oh, I must be a wild cat or something, you know, must have been from the neighborhood or whatever. They're out on like a ranch. And so he's like, here, I think I can get it. So he reaches into this dark hole in a tree, mind you, to grab a feral cat.
Yeah.
And then he's surprised when he gets bitten.
By the leprechaun.
It doesn't matter if it was the leprechaun. A feral cat would have done the same thing and been just as dangerous.
Oh, yeah. They take him to the hospital to get a rabies shot.
A leprechaun probably doesn't have rabies.
I don't know.
You know, I mean, he's magical.
He's been in that box for a while. I don't know.
He might have tetanus.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, so he gets hit. Obviously, he gets bitten. Then there's some other antics, like they take the gold to like a pawn shop, and then
it was a collector. Yeah,
it was a collector guy, you know, antique or whatever.
The first kill, I thought this is like when I was like, oh, I know Cody's gonna hate it now.
The pogo stick. I wrote it down. Pogo stick murder. So this guy, the leprechaun, like, what did he bite his leg? I think he bit his leg or scratched his leg. So he's like, down on the ground. Oh, my leg. And then the leprechaun goes over to the corner, grabs a pogo stick, and then starts bouncing up and down on the pogo stick, which he's obviously not actually on the pogo stick. Like,
you don't know that.
I know that. He's just like, like really slow. And it's just stabbing this guy over and over again until he dies.
Until he's dead.
And then he takes a toy car and he's driving down the highway.
That can go as fast as a regular car.
Yeah, it can go as fast as a regular car. And then a cop pulls him over and is immediately a dick, even though he thinks the leprechaun's a small child. Yeah. He's like, hey, you little shit, and kicks the door. He's like, get out of there. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Cop didn't know he had bullets, so he could have temporarily stopped the leprechaun.
Yeah, exactly. And then the leprechaun like scratches his eyes and stuff, and then he's running through the woods, and with his, you know, full-grown man legs, and can't outrun this leprechaun. And then eventually he like decides, I think even though he was right behind me moments ago, I think I've run far enough. So he sits down on a tree to relax, and then of course the leprechaun, you know, kills him. And then also the leprechaun like put him back in the cop car.
Yeah, he's magical.
I guess.
He's magicked it.
Also, we mentioned off the podcast that there are several mentions of Lucky Charms, but at one point the leprechaun does pull out a box of cereal and it's called Lucky Clovers.
Yes.
Couldn't get the rights.
So the thing is that they had the okay to use Lucky Charms. They reached out to Lucky Charms. They're like, yeah, sure. And then they showed them the clip of what they did. I guess they showed them the movie, and they're like, yeah, immediately take that off. Yeah, which exactly. They did.
In their defense, the leprechaun put his dick in the box.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's been in that box, in the downstairs for a while.
Very lonely. Those marshmallows feel nice. That actually didn't happen. He just ate them and spit them out. Yeah. And it's like, whatever.
Said they were gross or something. I don't know.
Also, like the leprechaun, while he's at the house and they're out like having dinner or something, he like tears up the whole kitchen, pulls the food out, spits the cereal on the ground. Then he finds all of their shoes, lines it up on the kitchen table, and cleans them meticulously because he has to. He has to clean the shoes, right?
OCD.
Yeah. Oh, poor guy. He just has OCD.
Yeah, that's all it is.
They were just the whole time they were just messing with this bipolar OCD having dwarf.
Yeah. And then they use it against him later. They're like, we need to get away. So they're throwing shoes out in the yard. So
that was actually smart. Like that was a cool like instance of like foreshadowing, I guess. But it's funny too. Like so he lines up all of the shoes in the kitchen and cleans them and stuff. And then they come back in. They're like, oh my God, what happened? And one guy's like, not even the dumb guy, Todd or Nathan or whatever his name was like, must have been a bear. Sometimes they come in looking for food. I'm like, the bear cleaned all the shoes and lined them up by color and size.
He licked them.
God damn it.
I've seen bears open car doors.
So stupid. And so then they go around shooting the leprechaun multiple times with a shotgun.
Which I think they never reloaded. The shotgun just always had bullets.
It would like jam every once in a while, but then it would be loaded again with more shotgun bullets. And who had the shotgun? Did Jennifer Aniston and her family bring it? Or did they just have it?
The house had it.
The house just had a loaded shotgun. Okay, cool.
One thing that I thought was interesting was that everyone died pretty easily when they went against the leprechaun. But when Nathan got hit with the bear trap, you just straight like socking him up.
Yeah.
Just grabbing him. It's like, hey, he did all right with a hurt leg. It's like, all you got to do is just whoop his ass a couple times.
Yeah, look, no offense to, Little People or Warwick Davis, but I feel like I could punt that guy across the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, magic or no, he still took a bullet pretty easily. Like, the laws of physics seemed to, like,
it definitely had Looney Tunes laws of physics for everything.
Well, it's like, I mean, the O'Grady picked him up and just tossed him in a box. Like, he got shot multiple times. I mean, I feel like I could punt him. You know what I mean? Like, you just, like, get away from me and just, like, hit him with a crowbar or something. But no one did that. He did get bear trapped, and then, but he got out. He's like, fuck. It's kind of bloody, but it looks cool. It makes my muscles look cool. And so he, they shoot him with shotgun multiple times. They end up finding a 4-leaf clover. And this is the worst. Like, the climax of the fight with the leprechaun is the little stupid kid. And this is another thing, I feel like with a movie, you want to set up foreshadowing, right? The shoe thing was good. That was actually a good cinematic way of telling a story, right? He's always polishing the shoes because he was a shoemaker before apparently he became a leprechaun. And so he always has to polish the shoes. It's like part of his curse or whatever. But then the thing they had like no foreshadowing was the little kid with the slingshot, right? Did he ever shoot the slingshot earlier in the movie? I don't think so.
I feel like you see it in his back pocket.
I mean, he's a little kid, so you assume he's like a freaking Dennis the Menace slingshot user, right? Anyway, what he does is they find this 4-leaf clover, right? Which apparently is the only way to zap the leprechaun's power and ultimately kill him. So once they find it and they see the leprechaun, what does he do? He takes gum out of his mouth.
And he wraps the 4-leaf clover.
Wraps the 4-leaf clover up in it, puts it in a slingshot, and then goes to shoot it at the leprechaun. Yeah. Now, luckily, he gets it in the leprechaun's mouth because it's a fucking movie.
Dude, you're not even going to say the cool line that he says?
I don't even remember.
Fuck Lucky Charms.
Oh, fuck Lucky Charms.
And then he shot it in his mouth.
Yeah. And he shoots it in his mouth. But he also shot it to him.
Which is dangerous. You shouldn't do that because that's how you spread the Rona.
Don't fire gumballs at people with the slingshot, especially not in their mouth. But yeah, he shoots it into the guy's mouth and he falls into the well, right?
Yes. And you got to do the final scare,
Right. But what I'm trying to say is, what if he missed? Then he just shot their 4-leaf clover into the well?
Yeah.
Or off into the dark?
Yeah, then you got to go find it.
Then you got to go find it? Like, what an irresponsible...
But he wasn't going to miss because he was about to cut out the coin out of, the dumb guy's stomach.
Yeah.
So he wasn't going to miss. He's like, that was his buddy.
Yeah, but like, what if he did though? Like,
so Cody,
obviously, small target. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get this straight. Leprechaun has you in a death grip. I have the 4-leaf clover and a slingshot. You don't want me to take that shot? Is that what you're saying right now?
What I'm saying is, I'd like you to briskly walk over and just hold it on him so he loses his power, and I can fucking throw him across the room.
So just walk carefully as he's trying to slice you up. Instead of, I got a clean shot.
Dude, he's not going to slice me up. I'm like almost 6 feet tall. I'm going to fucking just put my hand out and he's going to be fine.
All right.
I'm glad fucking own that leprechaun.
I'm glad we straightened this out now before the leprechaun came.
Also, when there's several times where they had shot him with the shotgun and he's laying out like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, just fucking chainsaw that bitch.
Like, did they have a chainsaw?
I mean, they could figure something. I mean, you got knives. You could chop up a body. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see him heal from that. Might take much longer. Or you could throw part of it down the well and see what that does,
What you have to do is lure him into a shoe store.
Oh fuck! And then knock over like all the things, so they like domino down.
Yeah.
He's like, nah!
And then while he's cleaning the shoes, you shoot him a bunch of times.
Yeah, exactly. And then once he fell down the well, he kind of comes back up and he's like all pussy and stuff.
Yeah, the final scare. They always
final scare, right? And then so they like shoot him again, and then he falls back down, and then he takes a can of gasoline, pours it down the well where your water comes from.
Yeah.
Right? Pours a bunch of gasoline down there, takes one match and drops it down into the gasoline, and it explodes.
Yep.
Then the cops come in, and that's the end of the movie.
Do you know that movie actually hit theaters?
Oh yeah, I mean, I assumed, it's like
as I was rewatching, I was like, I feel like this came out in theaters. Like, there's no way this had to be direct to video.
I think so.
And it was. I looked at it.
All the subsequent ones, I think, were direct to video. Right?
Yeah,
yeah.
You know what I was gonna have you watch was Leprechaun in the Hood, but I was like, no, let's ease them in. Start them with this one.
I wouldn't have known all this deep lore that they said.
Which actually,
where did he come from? Ireland. Duh.
Idiot, dummy. But apparently in 2018 they made one called Leprechaun Origins. So if you want to know the story behind
finally all my questions are going to be answered.
Fucking 30 years later, you get to answer.
Jesus Christ, it was so bad.
You know, I was reading about the film. So first off, it was going to be just a straight up horror film.
Sure.
And then Warwick Davis, who was struggling to find work because he was off of Willow and he had a dry spell. For years he couldn't find anything.
Plus, Tom Cruise kept taking all of his parts.
It's kept happening. And so he got this, and he was reading the script, and he was just like, why don't we make it kind of funny? And they're like, really? No, it's a horror film. I was like, yeah, but, there's, like, why don't we try it? So he was the one who was credited for doing all that stuff. You can tell he was having fun.
You can definitely tell that there was no comedy writer attached to it.
For sure.
But I think if they had set out from the get-go to make it horror comedy, I think they would have had a better chance at making a decent movie, I mean, who knows? Maybe the other ones have a little bit of that.
Also, I thought it was interesting as, Warwick being British, how bad of an Irish accent.
Yeah, he could not do a fucking Irish accent.
It was really bad.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, you tell us, our Dublin listeners, how did he do? How did our boy Warwick?
He did terrible. I can tell you. He did terrible. I do a better Irish accent than him, and my Irish accent is terrible.
Maybe he's from a certain area of Ireland that they speak like that.
Yeah, he's like, oh, my dear. And it's like, look, I've got to shine your shoes. And I'm like, aren't you supposed to be doing Irish? Like, throw a little Dublin on it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I'm not even going to try to attempt to do it.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Warwick Davis is British. I'm like, was he an idiot abroad? Like, I'm pretty sure I've heard him speak with a British accent.
Yeah, I guess. Well, anyway, that movie was terrible. It was kind of interesting to see Jennifer Aniston that young because her voice and her face look exactly the same like now.
Yeah.
Her body was just that of a late teen, early 20 girl. And I'm just like, it looked weird. Her head almost looked too big. It was strange. Because obviously, I was introduced to her on Friends, as we should have. But yeah, let us know more options for good movie, bad movie. Hope you guys are enjoying these. They're a fun way of, first of all, expanding Cristian's horizons and also making me angry. So angry and frustrated watching these older movies. But yeah, let us know good suggestions. Cristian hasn't seen a lot, so just name some good movies down in the comments. I haven't seen a lot of these schlocky horror movies, so pretty much anyone you name. I'm
in the process of getting more. So I bought.
I don't know if I was looking up all the Living Dead ones. I don't think I saw that one that you
oh, really?
saw.
Return of the Living Dead?
I don't think.
Ooh, okay, we got.
I saw the one in the mall, and I saw the one in the original black and white one.
This is not a George Romero film.
Oh.
So this is someone else who wanted to do. That's why it's a Return of the Living Dead.
Okay.
He had to find a different way of using Living Dead.
Yeah, I just thought it was like a sequel or a triquel or whatever.
Okay, I love Return. Yeah. That one's gonna be so much fucking fun.
I might have to check that one out. Anyway, but hope you guys enjoyed those. Let us know in the comments, of course, and please like us, subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you again check out Nyama 5 Studio on Instagram. Leave a comment, and follow them, and use the hashtag Nerds with Friends. Enter to get yourself a free pair of socks. And also check out Nerds with Friends podcast.com with all of our info. With our new TikTok.
Yeah.
Follow us on TikTok, Nerds with Friends podcast.
Trying to expand.
We're trying to get that tween audience.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, you know who needs to listen to some 30-something-year-old dudes talk about comic books and movies? Tween girls.
Is that the majority of TikTok?
I feel like it is.
Probably.
It has to be, right? I mean, maybe that's why the bathing suit company hits up. They're like, oh, you joined TikTok? It must be.
Send me those shorts. I'll fucking wear them.
Yeah, for free.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But thanks, Cristian, for, oh my God.
I think it's the first time you've ever done that.
I think that's the first time I've ever messed up and done the intro instead of the outro. I even labeled it green, like green means go instead of red means stop.
It was too much hint water.
Yeah, too much water. The Leprechaun got me. It was the fucking luck of the Irish.
Yeah, he was mad you were talking shit about his movie.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks, Cristian, for joining me. Hopefully we know who our president is next time we meet.
Jesus.
And hopefully we both have PlayStation 5, so that would be dope. And to all the nerds out there, remember, you're not alone. You're with friends. This is Nerds with Friends. Thank you, and good night.